I'm sure you know about this, but again, I think there was some French journalist who asked Shivamanda Adichie whether you have bookstores in. Have you faced that kind of situation? I mean, it's understandable if someone who doesn't read literature or doesn't know about it asks such a question. But say, I'm also from India, and I've lived here all my life, and so it's sort of like this burden that people from what is called the third world have to face. Would you say you've also faced that in the literary circles?
Well, I think naivety is not the exclusive preserve of people from the third world country. You know, a lot of times you face people who have had absolutely no contact with Africa, with your continent, with the kind of work you do, and you see that naivety, and you sympathize with it, right? Because I think it's a projection of their own ignorance, and which is rather unfortunate because you think they know better, but they don't always do. I remember having a reviewer, I think from some country in the West, who read my book and said, "Oh, it's a fine book, but he doesn't talk about female genital mutilation, and he doesn't talk about the Chibok girls that were abducted." And you kind of feel, I mean, it's outrageous that somebody would think like that, because this story is coming from Africa, so it has to cover all the African issues that are kind of projected in the news. It has to cover refugees, wars, crises, people with flies on their faces, all sorts of ridiculous things, you know. But the African reality is far more diverse than a lot of people want to think about. But at the same time, you kind of understand that their only access to Africa or information about the continent is through the news. They don't read. It's their problem. It's not ours, right? Yes, maybe we need to write more, and we're doing that, educating them, I think. But people are naive generally. You tend to want to think people are intelligent, and then they disappoint you, right? For instance, you think that the British know better, and then they went and did Brexit. And you think that the Americans know better, and they went and had Trump. You know, we ascribe a level of intelligence to a particular people because we think, for whatever reason, that they are better. But then it turns out that is not really the case.